Understanding, compassion, and justice. Respecting the dignity of every person, no matter their religious beliefs or ethnicity.
Well, that's the goal of a local group called MeckMin. Joining us now to tell us more about MeckMin is Executive Director Danny Trapp.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Pastor
Good morning.
Danny, good to see you.
Good morning.
Okay, did we get that right? The mission of MeckMin, really at its heart, it is working to celebrate people of different faiths, correct?
That certainly is a big part of what we do. Our mission is actually to promote an interfaith collaboration to promote and foster understanding, compassion, and justice.
Why is that so important to do right here in Charlotte?
Wow. I think you see examples of it all the time with people who are out of their fear and lack of understanding are being exclusive and retreating and being afraid of the other person. And once you gain some understanding about that person, that fear goes away, and then you can have some compassion and ultimately justice if that's what's needed.
Does all the stuff that's been happening in our country, and when I think about Ferguson, I think about just all the stuff that's been going on, did that kind of spur you on a little bit more to go ahead and get this this initiative done? Absolutely.
Well, and let me point out, we've been around 27 years.
Wow.
Yeah. But this is a unique time. And we had a neat thing happen recently. One of the students that was in our interfaith youth camp a couple of years ago, what goes to the University of St. Louis, was right in the middle of the Ferguson stuff, and talked about how her experience at that camp, learning about other people less fortunate than her, along with people from other faiths, helped prepare her for dealing with that, and she could look around and tell she was much less much more prepared than many of her peers there.
And she was able to listen to protesters and be open-minded.
Exactly.
It must be so interesting to be at one of these gatherings where you're taking people from all different walks of life and you're gathered in one place and you're fellowshipping or you're talking. I mean, can you explain what that dynamic is like?
Wow.
I'm sure you've been witness to so many interesting conversations.
Absolutely. It really is fascinating and it's heartening. We have gatherings sometimes which include Sikhs, Jews, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Protestant and Catholic, go on. And to be able to talk about our own faith with each other, not just kind of water it all down, but to kind of celebrate what we believe, yet be open to what the other believes and kind of work together for common causes is probably one of the most satisfying things that you can do. People who do it will tell you this is one of the most satisfying things I've ever done.
Oh. What type of program is it that you got all the different faiths that come in? What type of program do you guys do to go ahead and accommodate all the different faiths?
We have a variety of programs, and some of them target certain areas. So, for example, what we're best known for is the citywide interfaith Thanksgiving service, which happens the Tuesday night before Thanksgiving every year. It's going to be its 40th anniversary. So it started before we did, but we are now the ones that put it on. So there you will see a Thanksgiving worship service that includes a variety of different faith traditions. But we also do our youth programming, the summer camp, and then a youth council, which is very impactful. Just a couple of years ago, they themselves created an anti-bullying curriculum that was adopted at South Meck and then throughout CMS. We also hold just special dialogue gatherings, especially if something happens. We might call a group together to say, let's talk about Ferguson, or let's talk about what happened to Muslims and Jews in Paris, things like that.
Really, it's that we all have our humanity in common, right?
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to. Danny Trapp, thank you so much. MeckMin.org, MeckMin.org. The website is there on your screen if you would like more information. I know you have an event coming up in Marshall Park next Sunday.
Yes, we're collaborating with several different groups for Peace in the Park. 2 o'clock, it's Palm Sunday. It's also the beginning of Passover. And it's celebrating nonviolence in our community.
I like the sound of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. All right.